This is Nana Charles Osa Akumia reaching you this afternoon to talk about meditation. And this is to be said about real instruction regarding meditation for recovery and restoration. We have all been hearing about meditation for spiritual purposes. And the highest of this is the kind that is to take us back to the heavens again as a result of the fall. The Heavenly Father, knowing the importance of such exercise, has stepped in with something to help us, and it's three-phased. Meditation, and he says it means yearning or calling on God for help. That is a spiritual meaning. Meditation on God or self. Meditation is the act of a reverential call from any aspirant to be given divine power to be able to see oneself as one really is. With humility, one asking, as it were, to be shown one's all weaknesses, imperfections, as it were, so that one could be aware as what has been the cause of blockage to his vision or hearing of his divine Father. With such deep yearning persistently and continuously, believe me, it won't be long at all. You see, with such deep need or yearning, will call for some kind of reorganization in one's attitude to life as a whole. Some sort of dawning, as it were, on the side of the aspirant. Awareness that there needs a change in one's mode of life. Now we come to methods of meditation. Phase 1, meditation on self or God. It is all well and good if one can set aside some specific hour daily where he or she can retire from everything else and be on his or her own. Then in such period, to be able to bring one's whole life's picture before him or her, and that is self-analysis. With a deep yearning for a change, one will gradually see or sense that one is being able to see himself or herself as he should really be. Anything that is out of alignment, in other words, anything that is wrong with our lives, could be spotted out easily. It is then left to individual to root out all misalignments, in other words, all mistakes, imperfections, as it were. You must be courageous to see yourself. Second phase. Failing on the first approach, and for a speedy result, one could take before him or her whole life's picture in his daily work. There must be some guidance on this. A mature soul might have already been aware of some of these limitations in his or her life. I know it's very good to be aware of such limitations, but one must be very careful not to be over sorry, to live in sorrow all the time, but should be consoled and comforted that since it's even been made known to him or her His divine Father has for ages been aware of his child's needs. What our dear Father always awaits for is the conscious awareness of his children, and especially when we can sense that we have divine inheritance, a source where we can call for sustenance, help, advice, guidance, in fact, for his indwelling overshadowing, and constantly live in his holy presence, whereby, as it were, we shall be surrounded by his holy light, and to see us from all evil and mistakes. This is a very high approach, and therefore one must be prepared to pay for the price. The reason being thus: imagine you are always analyzing yourself as if a grinding machine of wheat or corn throwing away chaff, or the husks, as it were, constantly not overlooking one mistake, but always trying to keep away from silly, petty mistakes. That is why it has got its high price. The next phase, the following, is for the average soul or an aspirant. Don't forget, we are not all equal in terms of the degree of our unfoldment. All men are equal. We foolishly say that. And he asks us, do you understand what it means of equality? You must understand the difference between all men are children of God and all men are equal. Equality means capability. Nobody needs to explain this to us because we understand. All being children of God means every living thing being supported or animated by his holy life force or spirit. The living essence, as it were, when it withdraws from the organ becomes dead. Coming to the average type, and there are lots of these going on the planet, those who don't know between right and wrong. To them, everything is okay because they take all happenings as coming from God. There is nothing that is absolutely good nor absolutely evil. Of course, there is such a thing. Anything under the influence of Satan has got destructive tendencies. We must be aware of this. From the beginning, it has been his doing which has robbed us of our holy inheritance. The average type must learn to see if he can be made aware of his daily doings. Everything he does in the day, then take a good look of himself. He will gradually begin to sense or spot mistakes or imperfections in his daily life. It is from then on that he or she has a responsibility to open his eyes and watch out. True living is after this manner, where one is made to account for all he or she does. What is termed as experience is the conscious recordings of the soul's up and downs, and that is encounters of various order and their solutions. True learning is after this manner, where one's experience is the lesson of life. And this is the meditation from our Heavenly Father to help us to regain the lost status. This is Brother Osei Akmea speaking to you again.
The green tissues here. See it?